I think he was a very tortured individual. I think there's a lot of speculation about his mental state, and you know, it's your best estimation as to who someone might have been. There was a lot to be looked at in terms of research material, the books that he had written, and he had a documentary commissioned on himself. And one of the most interesting aspects of that was the raw footage, the things, the parts of himself that he did not want to be seen publicly. That gave me probably more insight than anything as to the type of person that he was, the way he was instructing the crew, the way he was going through his lines in his head, trying to establish an identity for the camera. And so things like that gave me a little more insight as to the type of person he was. Bill Corso was the designer of the makeup, and we spent several months doing camera tests to try to figure out what the right version of the look would be. And DuPont had a very, very specific look to him, and I can't help but think his look had an effect on the people around him, and people responded to him in part because he looked a certain way. So that's why we proceeded to try to emulate his real look. And watching tape of him and how he carried himself, I think it was just part of who he was. And my finding, and it was sort of inadvertent, that when I would arrive on set in that look, people treated me differently, and it just tended to separate me from the rest of the cast. It was only during these press tours that I've gotten to know these guys. And they're really fun. But
so are you.
But in Pittsburgh, you know, when we were shooting this, that wasn't, you know, it was just a completely different world. And so I think that kind of helped inform the character, just by virtue of how people were responding to me. It sort of fell in my lap. I wasn't lobbying for it. I'd heard of the incident. I'd heard the story when it had happened, but then it went away. And it was presented to me. I was sent the script. I met with Bennett. We discussed it, and it was very intriguing, obviously, and I thought a real challenge. And getting the chance to work with him was a huge draw for me.